attention to before you get into the pose. The first is when you get on your back, we want to have the chest wide open, but what people do to do that, the minute they get down there, is they start to ooch, their shoulders on the floor, ribs fly up, they pinch the shoulder blades together. This is nice and open, but the back of the body is really tight and constricted. So I urge people to just lay down and deal with the fact that shoulders are off the floor. Don't ooch. We'll fix it with the work. The next thing is, when you're working with the head, if somebody lies down and their chin goes up, they should not flatten the neck to make the chin go down. If this is where they lie, put a blanket under their head. Maybe it's a little bit of blanket. For somebody who has a deep curve in their upper back, it's going to be a lot of blanket. You want to get the chin and the forehead parallel to the ground. So you figured out how high to have your blanket, and you know you're not going to ooch your spine, shortening the back, pinching things together to open the chest. Next is the legs. In Eischens Yoga, in order to keep the legs from rolling out to the side or collapsing in, we use blocks. One is going to go between the feet, and I'm using it wide, and the other one is going to go between the thighs, and I'm using it narrow. If this feels too wide still, you can go narrower, whatever works in your body. So this is about 3 inches wide, and that's 6 inches wide. So we come down, we don't ooch. I know I need a little bit of blanket to level this out. You can ooch your feet closer. And you want your feet as close to your pelvis as is comfortable in your body. Now, it may be your hip that determines that, might be at the knee, it might be at the ankle, it could be in your back or shoulders even that tells you that's too close. So we're going to bend these arms at the elbows, extending the fingers up so that the forearm is engaged. And we're going to press the triceps into the floor, which starts to open the chest, but does not pinch the shoulder blades together. It does help place the shoulder blades on the floor. So we're still in the setting up part. The last thing I want you to notice is many people flatten their back to the floor the minute they come to bridge. Unfortunately, this got taught for a long time this way, and it's not safe for your spine. You want to have that curve there, and then draw the belly toward the curve to support the curve. So you want to have a neutral curve here. Arms are in this flexed position, triceps pressing to the ground, and we're not going to roll the spine up and down. So this is a big change for many of you. We're going to let the thighs lift up toward the ceiling and come back down. So the whole spine moves in one piece, gets lifted up and comes down. I'm not letting my neck flatten to the floor. I'm not getting pulled by going too far that way, nor am I getting pushed that way. I want to go straight up toward the ceiling and straight back down. And the highest you would get is a straight line. As I work here, I'm pressing down through those upper arms even more, making sure the chest is open. I'm pressing down through the heels, and I'm squeezing that block at my thighs to keep my legs from rotating and to wake up more muscles. And I'm going to come down. So we're going to go up and hold. Can I imagine my heels reaching toward my head? And can I imagine my elbows reaching toward my heels? And then still find that pressing down through the upper arms. Every once in a while, I have somebody who presses down and that tightens everything up. And what I do instead is ask them to reach out across the shoulders. I also find that some people are better off taking their arms a little away from the body rather than close in tight. Notice how you come in, often this comes up. I'm not putting my hands this way because often what people will do is they'll press down with their hands and not keep the collarbones wide and the shoulders on the floor. So by doing this, you remove that issue. So we go up and we go down. When you go up on one part of the breath. When you come down on the other part of the breath. You can lift on the inhale because it's opening the front of the body. You can lift on the exhale because it's the effort of the pose. Both are correct in yoga. exhaling on the effort, or inhaling because the front of the body opens. Try both ways and see which makes more sense for you. And do that one for now. That's it. That's bridge. That's Setubandha Sarvangasana. That's the pose. For those of you who are discovering that you like this work and you'd like to go deeper into Eischens Yoga, find a teacher near you. Go to EischensYoga.com and see if there are any Eischens Yoga teachers in your area. If you find yourself in the Twin Cities, come take my classes and workshops, or contact me for a private individual session. If you really like this stuff, you can become an Eischens Yoga geek. Soon, we're going to have a t-shirt for that.